morning, good afternoon, and good evening, global rugby fans, and welcome to Super Saturday, the final day of the 2026 Six Nations, and unbelievably, the championship is still hanging in the balance. Ireland and Scotland both arrive here in Dublin with everything to play for, and the title race still alive, and the rugby world is watching. Welcome to our friends of New England Free Jacks in the States, to Kahu, the Kiwi Rugby and Sport, the biggest online sports and rugby club in the South. Dave Goodenough in the team down in the Southern Hemisphere. You're welcome today. The title is up and running. It is everything to play for on this final day. That's why it's called a Super Saturday. You couldn't write this. It's brilliant. So grab a seat on the sofa, because today the final round decides absolutely everything. As I've said, Ireland here in Dublin aiming for a 9th, I believe, Triple Crown, while a very, very strong Scotland looking for their first Triple Crown since 1990, and the potential of the Grand Slam as well. Wales are much improved in Cardiff against an outstanding Italian team this year, and then this evening in Paris, still got to be favourites. France take on a very currently dispirited English side who appear to be imploding. Today we have my co-host Whitewalker 1, the great Dave Topping, leading the show with it for us, and he'll be on in just a second. And we have guests from Ireland and Scotland to give us their thoughts. We've got some video thoughts from former international players and from across the globe. I'm Big Joe Shep. I've nicked Chris Brownfield's Sixmas Grotto in the background. It's ready. The team in the studio are ready. My Malbec drink is ready. So keep it here for the next few hours, because it's the final episode of this year's 2026 Six Nations Sofa Sessions. So right here, you're most welcome. And as if by magic, we had, I think, 2 or 3 of us in the studio before we went live. And if by magic, the meta universe has added the other 2 in. So we'll come to all of our guests in a minute. I am more excited on the Super Saturday than a seagull with a stolen chip. So there we go. So what is the watch-along format? We still get asked those questions, even in episode 5. So what we do is we're going to preview the show very quickly before the kickoff at 10 past or 2:15 here in Dublin. We're going to introduce the guests who will have a quick preview of the teams and things like that. So there we go. David Topping, across to you, mate. It's all down to you now, brother.
Hello, Joe. Thank you very much. And hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sofa Sessions. Craigie, we're going to have a cracker of a day today. Now, despite the conspiracy rumors that are flying about that the BBC know the answers before everybody else, one thing for sure, we'll be sitting down here and we'll be looking at everything as it goes in, certainly for today's game between Ireland and Scotland. First of all, let's introduce everybody else. I see my old friend from the old Leinster Lion, Mr. Conor Broomfield. Conor, how are you?
I'm very good, thanks, and apologies for my technical difficulties there at the start of the show.
Oh, don't worry, Conor, you have no idea.
Slightly dazzled by this very impressive beard on my right, so I didn't take in everything Joe was saying at the start. Because if the Scottish attack is half as impressive today, we'd be in trouble.
Well, speaking of the impressive beard, Buchanan, how are you, good sir? How are you keeping?
Bricking it. It's nervous. It's a nervous day. Yeah. I've just woke up for a night shift, so. Aye.
Oh well. You know what? You've just timed it right then. In that case, then, John, it's just it's going to be an absolute cracker of a game today, and also join us on the Scottish side, a good friend of the show, Mr. Kyle. How are you?
Not bad, Dave. How are you?
Hey, you know what? I'm doing great, man. It's one of those ones where you know something good's going to happen, you just don't know which way it's going to go yet. It could be a case of we'll either be down in pints of the creamy stuff, or we'll be doing a McAllister and we'll be cracking cans left, right, and centre.
Feeling quite similar myself, to be honest. I'm feeling like both probably the same as John, bricking it a bit, but also a bit excited, which can be a dangerous emotion if you're Scottish. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, like I said, we play as well as we did for the first 65 minutes against France, like we could have a good one. But if we turn up like we did in our previous 2 away games, then it could be a long day for us.
Well, you know what? I think I have a sneaky suspicion this is going to be tighter than a Nats behind. This the way he's been playing recently, and certainly coming off the back of that big win against France. It's going to be a titanic struggle, I think, and certainly looking at the lineups today, that certainly is going to bear some fruit. Will Finn Russell, cook one out of the bag? Quite possibly. You just never know with Finn. But considering that we're on what? It's an 11-match winning run against Scotland. The Irish are pretty much pumped up for it, and hopefully that weight of expectation doesn't go too heavy with them. So yeah, all in all, I'm really looking forward to this. Joe, what do you think? How do you think this is going to turn out today? Will the Seagull have that stolen chip, or do you think the goals are going to be empty-handed?
It will. Just let me turn my sound down. I couldn't get. I'm trying to, as everybody knows, up in the studio. I'm trying to watch the game on Virgin Media Player. No promotion there, guys. It's just the truth. So I've had to put incognito mode to get it to work, and I'm probably about 38 seconds normally behind the great Conor Broomfield. So I get to celebrate twice. Once when I see his reaction, and then once when I see mine. Before we come on to my thoughts. Quick couple of comments there. Obviously, Facebook doesn't allow me in the studio. It shows me the comments, but I have to go to Facebook, so that's why I'm split between 4 different locations. The great Alan Davis, white knuckle stuff it is, mate. I must catch up with you next week, brother. It's been a long time, and thank you for all that you do at Unstoppable Rugby and the new project we need to tell people about soon because it's phenomenal. Greetings to my 4 boys today. Matt in Edinburgh. Callum is in Edinburgh, and interestingly, Callum is the manager of the Pizza Hut last night that did the promotion and served all the food to the Sufton fan zone and Malone's bar. There you go. Who says a little bit of nepotism doesn't work? That's Echo in Leeds, who's my youngest, and he's saying John Buchanan Allen, a beard worthy of the Whitewalkers show, indeed, and great to have you back. So we've got hey Shep, I'm in Cardiff for the Wales versus Italy. Looking forward to a fantastic day of rugby, and I'm just going to have to see who that is actually, because that's I can't. Who is that, Dave? Oh, it's Julian Clark. It's my old pal from Miami. Jules, good man, sir. How are you? Hey, Shepard McCarter for Wales versus Italy. Looking forward to a fantastic day of rugby. The puns are, the pundits here are Heaver, or the pubs here, I think that's meant to be. I think he's been on the crack since 12 as our Julian. Heaven, there's hope and optimism among us Welshmen that we can do it and get that long-awaited win. Let's start the day with a great game between Ireland and Scotland. Take care, my old friend. Good man yourself. Gregor Galway says, afternoon all. I can't remember the last time I wanted England to beat France. There we go. Comments there. That leads me on to the question you asked. So I'll come back to Ireland, Scotland very quickly, but Wales to beat Italy. I think I've seen Wales improve in the last 2 or 3 games, and I think it's phenomenally good, and I think that's going to be the way there. Can England turn over a dispirited England where, as an outsider, what would I know? Jesus, I'm still more excited about Rhys Carey's try last week than thinking about anything else. But England and France, I just can't see it, mate. France be wounded. Jesus, even last week, 40 points, even though they got beat by a very, very good win for Scotland, I have to say, lads. The two tries they got came in nanoseconds from nothing, their first 2 tries, and then the last rake of tries came when Scotland were a bit tired, but by then they'd done the job. I can't see past France being by about 15 to 20 points. Which brings us back to Dublin. And can we get a 9th Grand Slam? Can Scotland take the first, Grand Slam, Triple Crown? Can Scotland take their first Triple Crown since 1990? I think it's going to be time. I go back to 2 things again. The set piece for us, and if we manage that correctly, but also that width on the wing. I have been screaming about this for 2-3 years now, and people just, I think, get bored and laugh at me. But last week's Reach Carry Try, that's a second mention. I promised a good friend of his, I'd mentioned him 3 times today. He's had 2. It's front row union stuff. Is that it was a 6-on-3. That's where the try came from. And again, we do this all the time. We come in, and if we do that today, we'll give the Scottish wingers carte blanche, and they'll just go for it from there. But I think that we have enough in the tank, and I think it'll be a close game, but us by 7. Over to you.
Well, look, put it this way. I think even the line out itself, for me, the set piece line out is a big one. I've just been looking up here. Ireland ranked second in line out success. It's about just under 94%. Scotland are bottom of the table at 84.4, and Tag Byrne is joint first in the competition for steals at the line. So that's going to be an interesting competition. We also lead the competition in turnovers won. We've 35 turnovers so far in the championship. Second is Scotland, 11 less at 24. And at the Jackal, Ireland lead 10-3. So this is the ruck and the set piece are going to be crucial for both teams today. I think in terms of Scotland, now this is the one thing I will give Scotland: Kyle Steyn. He has beaten 20 defenders, more than any other player in the competition. Obviously 3 tries as well. I think he's going to be one of the danger men. And yes, I'm saying that out straight. He's going to be one of the danger men for Scotland today. Now, let's get a quick look at the lineups here. I see they're starting to build up here towards 15 minutes to kick off. Now, looking at the lineups here, side to side. Obviously, in the front row union, we've got Tom O'Toole, Dan Sheehan, and Tag Furlong for Ireland, and Pierre Schoeman, George Turner, and Xander Fagerson. Guys, what do you think of that tasty battle in the front row? And then in the second row, then we've got McCarthy, Byrne, and Jack Conan up against Williamson, Gilchrist, and Matt Fagerson. Then as we turn into the backs, we've got Van der Fleer, Doris, and then of course the 9-10, Gibson Park and Crowley. They're up against Rory Darge, Jack Dempsey, Ben White, and Finn Russell, who have had, and to be honest, those two have had an absolutely fantastic championship. I have to admit. Then on the wings, we've got Tommy O'Brien, and we've got the Stew and Rose 12-13 partnership up again. Balakoon 14 with Jimmy Osborne backing it up, and then on the Scotland side, Kyle Steyn, Darcy Graham on the wings. In the middle, Tuipulotu and Jones with Blair Kinghorn at fullback, and some quite tasty benches there to boot. So let me just throw it over to the Scottish guys first, John and Kyle. What do you think? Where do you think the big battles are going to be today with those 2 lineups?
You want to go first, John, or
everywhere? I don't know, mate. I just think it's going to be a whole. I don't think there's going to be any one place you can point at.
Yeah.
But I just don't think our team's been in a position where they're fighting for something, and Ireland's in a position where they've done this a lot. So I just think there's going to be a whole different headspace in everybody today. Because the Irish boys know it's like 11 times. They've had their number in every position. So
where do you think we're going to go?
I think like an interesting battle is the battle of the second rows, because obviously we lost both our first choice second rows last weekend, sadly to injury, which is a big blow because both Gregor Brown and Scott Cummins have been brilliant for us this championship. But also Grant Gilchrist has a bit of extra motivation, the fact he's had a kid this week. So hopefully he can top that off with, I'm fingers crossed, in the performance of his life. Max Williamson, I think he's still to prove himself at international level, but he had a bit of a mare against Wales, so hopefully he's looking to bounce back from that. And obviously with McCartney and Byrne up against them, we all know what they're both capable of, particularly Byrne. I think he's going to really try and target us with the choke tackles. And, you talk about the steals there, David. I think that's, both the choke tackles and trying to target us with the breakdowns more. That was surprising in the last game with against France, is that they didn't really target us there as much as they could have done, and we ended up winning 100% of the rucks, which is great. But I'm expecting Ireland to really put more focus on that today. Yeah.
Okay, and Conor, first of all, where do you think the Irish are going to really target on this one?
Okay, little story first of all.
Irish sitting comfortably.
By bizarre coincidence, I'm not sure if they were going looking for it or not, but someone sent me a YouTube link to a show me and Kyle I did with Kyle on his YouTube channel 5 years ago before this corresponding match. And a couple of notable things. Firstly, I look about 15 years younger than I do now. So thank you've held up pretty well, Kyle. No, thank married life and self-employment for that. But I think we discussed, it was a few days before the match, and we discussed tactics and what Ireland needed to do and Scotland needed to do. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think the message has changed that much for either coach. I think the message from Farrell to our lads will be go out there, control set piece, keep possession, don't do anything silly, no stray kicks, no out the back passes, play to our strengths, and our strengths are compared to Scotland will be very much around the forwards. I was very confident up to the loss of James Ryan. I think that's a significant blow to Ireland for the game we want to play in this particular match. He's does a lot of the unseen work, as you call it. He carries well, doesn't do anything silly for the most part. Brilliant around the ruck. So plus, of course, Tadhg Byrne is an excellent player, and he'll come back, and Jack Conan will take his place. But the nuts and bolts, the second row work, James Ryan is very effective at where we might have an edge. Plus, we're lose the impact then of going off the bench. So I think if Ireland play to our strengths, we need to play to our strengths. We really need to slow down Scottish ruck speed. We need to avoid kicking loose ball to them, which we've done against Wales and France in particular. And we need a really strong defence overall if we're going to win this match.
Thank you very much for that. Hey, you know what? It's all live. It all happens. The super mute is come and get me again. But I'm looking at the build-up there on ITV, and they're obviously highlighting Stuart McCluskey as well. Stuart's had an absolutely cracking Six Nations with only 4 appearances, 57 carries, 173 meters, 13 defenders beaten, and 56 tackles successful. I think McCluskey really has, come of age here. The Irish fridge, the anchor bulldozer, call him what you want. He's definitely had a big influence on the team in this championship. Balakoon as well. I think if anything, the Scottish defence will probably try and sort of not get that ball get out to Balakoon, or Tommy O'Brien for that matter. But obviously, considering the danger that Balakoon possesses, obviously I can see where that's going to go. And in terms of where we need to win our battles, we need to win our battles in the second row, and I think we have the second rows to counteract that. We've got Conor, we've got Van der Fleer, we've got Doris there. We have enough firepower, and that defence needs to hold to allow Ireland to try and sort of keep the attacks of Finn Russell to the minimum where we can, because we all know, we all watch him, we all know what he's capable of on the day, and I think he'll be well motivated to try as much trickery as possible against us on this one. So let's have a look at the game itself. Let's put a wee prediction on here. We're about less than 5 minutes away from kickoff. Let's start off with Kyle. Give us a wee prediction.
Scotland by 3. Sod it.
Oi! Yep. If you're gonna do it right or not at all. John.
I had Scotland by 7 on my cooking, so I'll stick with that.
I like the confidence there, Conor.
I think Ireland will win by somewhere in or around the converted try, maybe 5 to 8 points.
Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I had that 7. Ireland by around about 7. I think it'll be a close game, but I think it'll be 7. What about yourself, mate?
I think this is going to be tight. I think this is going to be Ireland by 3. It really is going to be that good. That good of a game. I think it's going to be so tight, and I think it'll be somewhere in that last 10 to 15 minutes where we'll see the 3 winners on that one. So that's where I'm going with it.
Interesting spread there, and interesting that nobody from either side has gone for the opposing side. Really, which is quite good. I think it's right on. I'm just gonna throw something up, and I need to take that off so you see this in its full. This stat was made by the great Brett Igo. So I thought it was really, really interesting. Obviously, I didn't realise it was that long ago. Our Scottish contingent there, 1990. Went on 8 consecutive wins against Scotland. The last Scottish victory, 2017. I don't know, just the time seems to be moving on. 100% winning record since the redevelopment of Fortress of Viva. There we go. The kicking meters are about the same for both White and Gibbo Park, which is quite interesting. The stats that you provide, I know you're going to keep bringing the stats in, the live stats, Dave, as we're going through, and grateful for that, mate. But interesting when we go into the 22. So if you look at the top right there, Scotland's red zone attacking key players. Points per 22-meter entry, 3.5, and ours is 2.9. That's actually an Ireland conceded 1.9 per entry. Look, Finn Russell's got 6 points to go, and there's some people out there, and he's just not their cup of tea. I think he is one of the most gifted players that I've ever been watched in rugby. On his day, and I say why on his day, because let me just sort of take that off just a second. I'll say on his day because it depends on where his mind's at. Gal and John, you might sort of have a view on that. I think when Finn comes out and you can see how he is when they're lining up and they're going, if his head, if he's looking, it's there. You can tell from his presence whether he's going to have a good game or not for me. And if he doesn't, and it doesn't gel, and if it doesn't gel, Scotland doesn't gel. Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, say where his head at, but it's also important that our Pat give him a platform to work from. Because there's times when he doesn't get a platform. We seem to at times chuck the ball to him, expecting to pull a rabbit out of the hat, and he's got next to nothing to work with. We've been guilty of doing that against Ireland in particular. You're all right about his head, where his head's at, because there's times like, I think, even though he's matured a lot in the past few years, he still sometimes has a tendency to kick the ball when, I think, he should keep it in the hands more and be a bit more patient. And then other times, like against Argentina in the autumn, where he just chucks a long wild pass when it's just not on. Just like little things like that, where like you just, where again, you say where his head's at, just, as long as he's like concentrating, as long as our Pat can actually give him a platform and an armchair ride, then, the world's his, basically.
Yeah, very much so. My apologies before. I put myself on mute because I was trying to sort of answer questions for people. Come on, guys, put the questions on the show. You don't send them to me phone. That message was from Scott S. Our good friend Scott Ennis. Afternoon all. Greetings from upstairs at Malone's Bar, where the fan zone was last night. If anybody's near the bar, can they grab me to start to be eternally grateful. There we go. John Buchanan. Finn Russell. What's your humble opinion of Finn Russell, mate? Are you for him, against him? How much does he change the actual squad when he's on fire?
I'm 100% for him, but my big issue around Finn Russell has always been the players around about him don't think the same way. So when they're no backing up what he's got to do next, he's getting the options. So then he's got to do that daft long pass, kick it out. Last wee while, the boys have been coming through. They've been running different lines around about them. They've been there in support. But historically, almost every game I've watched for Scotland anyway, Finn's had a mare. You can pinpoint where the centre's on the coming, the wing's on the coming off the wing looking for work. You can highlight where it's a whole backline issue rather than just... And he's always had this, he's a maverick, he does daft things. He's got to do daft things because the people want to support him. Mm-hmm. So now we're in a position where he's got guys coming for teams who are playing a lot more faster running rugby, and they're supporting, they're watching where the things are coming. So I think more and more he's getting that support. So his maverick status is disappearing because at Bath and with Scotland, he's got those guys who are watching the game, learning how to read it the way he's reading it. So I'm big on Finn Russell's not as bad as he's painted sometimes. He's just not had the backup support for the guys. And I think a lot of that comes from Scotland still playing 2005 rugby. A lot of the time they were kind of behind, and now they're kind of coming forward with this fast running game that, to be honest, Gregor wanted to play right for the start, but for the fans and probably a bit politically, he get pulled back on. So it kind of disrupted all that, but I think it's coming back now. So, aye, 100% behind him.
Well, we are about. I'm making the 2 o'clock here, so I can't remember. Is it 10 past 2 kickoff or quarter past?
Yeah, 10 past.
So we got 10 minutes. What we'll do is I'm going to stick a couple of the prediction videos up at half time just to see whether they were right. But here's one to start us off just before we talk about the officials. This is former Leicester, a great player with Leicester Tigers, with England and the British and Irish Lions. It's Tim Stimpson. Let's see what Tim has to say.
Hello, my name's Tim Stimpson. For those that don't know, I used to play rugby for Leicester Tigers mainly, England and the British and Irish Lions. Joe just gave me a call and asked me to give a little bit of a précis and prediction, to be honest, about what might happen tomorrow in our Six Nations rugby. So yeah, who'd have thought it? It was always going to be France versus England for the title. It's not, and I don't think if England lose, they can quite get caught for the wooden spoon. But it's been a crash, hasn't it, as far as this team's gone, and has Steve Borthwick lost the dressing room? I certainly don't know, because I'm not involved in the actual day-to-day, but I know that as I watch England, I can predict what they're gonna do, and unfortunately so's the opposition. If you keep running big ball carries into 2 defenders, they're going to slow you down, and eventually you get tired and they'll hit you on the break. England have been caught. Certainly Scotland were phenomenal. Finn Russell was able to see what was coming and take us down. How are they going to do, away in Paris? French have shown the most talent. They've been brilliant. Obviously they were beaten by a fantastic historic game of Scotland last week, so I can't see it happening again. Even France scored 2 or 3 tries in 7 minutes in the last few seconds to still score, was it 40 points last week? So England got nothing to lose. Hopefully the shackles have been taken off. Hopefully we'll see a passion and players that can have a go, but I can't see England beating France this weekend. But hopefully we'll forgive them if they try and are less predictable. And bring a bit of hope for rebuilding. So yeah, France to win by 20 points in a decent performance by England. Now Ireland, Scotland. Ireland have got the home advantage. Again, their level of improvement has been pretty good through this Six Nations. Scotland might do the job. You can see them thinking maybe the Irish defend too narrow. When Wales props running laughing. Reece did a brilliant job, and that's probably the highlight of last weekend, wasn't it? His smile. But yeah, so if Finn can remember that Ireland come in a bit too narrow, and we can go, they will go round that defence. It's possible, but I think home advantage, everything to play for. The Irish will want to finish on a height, and I think they'll just be too good for Scotland. But that'll be a fantastic game. Wales at home to Italy. Probably the most improved team is Wales. We need Wales to be strong and competitive. We don't want to see one of our brothers, one of our countries going through turmoil, even if it is Wales. So I hope Wales can perform brilliantly, have another inspirational performance with these young lads going towards a much better future. Italy have had their day, haven't they, beating England. Maybe they've got no chance of repeating that. But their front row have been dominant, their centres have been electric. So I think a very tight game, but I hope that Wales can win at home. So it's I think France for the title, Ireland to win at home, and Wales to win at home.
There you go. We got about 5 minutes left to go. Thoughts on that, Conor Broomfield?
Oh, sure. It's hard to argue with a man of Tim's knowledge and wisdom. He's usually fairly on the money. It's an interesting one there on Italy. I think it's always hard to judge a team after Italy's win over England last week. Like what's left in the emotional well to bring the following week. I'd be slightly leaning towards Wales there myself. I think they've shown great improvement, and they really desperately want to get this win under their belt. And I think the Millennium Stadium, if you've ever been there, the atmosphere they create and the value of playing there, I think is greater than any other home venue. So the France match, yeah, I can't see past France. They're just too strong for at home for England, and I don't think last week's result will affect their performance in Saint-Denis too much. So I'd go along with that one. And obviously I'm back in Ireland as well.
Absolutely. Well, at half time we'll listen to our good friend from Gibraltar, our Leinster and Ireland fan based in Gibraltar, Richard Mifsud. Let's see how he was going to say before, and we'll see that at half time and see his thoughts. And the great Harry Roberts, former Scotland and Springbok hooker. We'll hear from both of them at half time. Just let's leading up to officials. John Buchanan. How do you think the officials are going to play with this one? Luke Pearce, we like Luke. We think he's good, but I hope the TMO doesn't get too involved.
I think they've been really good the whole tournament. Again, you look at the Scotland-France game last week, they let it flow, and I think they've all done a really good. I tend to just let the officials do it today, and as I say if you don't bring them into the game, they don't matter. So, but I think they'll let it flow. I think if this game is fast and there's no too much niggle, it'll just flow nice and easy. And again, if there's no stupidity, then if the players don't bring them in, they'll just. I think we've seen last week. I think we could point to a fair few things Scotland and France done in that game where you're kind of like, ugh, but it didn't really affect the game, and they just let it go. So I'm hoping to do the same this week. Just let the boys enjoy their rugby.
Yeah, absolutely, and we all hope for that. People know my views on TMO. Sometimes, I'd rather get rid of the TMO and just go back to a ref and to assistant refs, where the assistant refs actually do something and make the decisions. But there we go. Kyle, give us one player in your opinion who's going to change this game.
Very obvious one, Finn.
All right, Conor Broomfield, who's yours?
I think Jamison Gibson Park is huge for us at the moment. And key man, just he's at a brilliant point in his career. He's just aged so well. Such an important decision maker as well. With not such an out half that he's the key man in that partnership, in the halfback partnership, and I think he's so important to how we're trying to play.
Absolutely, Dave Toppin.
I'm actually going to go. I'm going to be selfish and go for two here. I'm going to go for both McCluskey and Ringrose. And in order for our attack to work correctly, we're going to need both of them work out the same page, which they have done for the duration of the championship. We'll look for one more push one, but in particular McCluskey, I think he's really come on. I think he's really give a great account of himself and for Ulster rugby, and just the way that Ulster have contributed so much to the Irish squad in the Six Nations is great to see. But yeah, I think McCluskey will be the player to watch.
Brilliant. Oh, good round. Well, here's to a good game. I just see from, again, I'm probably about 35, 40 seconds behind Conor Broomfield as usual, but I'm just watching Ireland doing the...
Great start. So
there we go. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to today's show. If you've got any comments as it goes on, you know the score now. We don't watch the game as we're going along, and it'll be a few because I'm seconds behind and others are on different time zones. Literally, it will be a case of, there was a try. Was it Jeff? Yeah, it'll be a cameo moment as in the other side. But enjoy yourself. If you've got anything to say, here's to a great game of rugby. You are welcome to the final session of the 2026 Six Nations Sofa Sessions, brought to you by Whitewalkers Chat and Crack. It's all about to kick off here in Dublin, Ireland vs Scotland. Stay right.
I can see here, and I'm working off the ITVX feed, and that's basically they're on the back end of the Irish anthems here, so we're getting ready for kickoff.
He's all watching on ITV, yeah, or
I'm watching on Virgin Media, the Irish channel.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I'm the same, but I'm upstairs in the office, so I'm on Virgin Media Player.
I love it when I'm working with Conor here because he'll pick stuff out, and then I've got about 30 seconds, so I can be able to get an idea of what he's looking for, what he's looking at, and we have a good discussion about it. So Conor's he's our lookout for the day.
I'm like calling for a red card, and then I give Dave time to get upset.
It's one of those times when you can, when it's for your side, you can celebrate twice because Conor gives us and then we pretend that we haven't, we don't know what's coming. Some more messages just coming in there. Marty Bird, my good friend Marty, have a great day, Joe. Good, another fine Ulster man. The Total Rugby from South Africa. Hey guys, how you doing? Hi from the Saffron, Dublin. Yeah, based in Dublin now. Best of luck, lads. Ian Gilbert. Hola, Ian, our man in Madrid, our ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary from the province of Ulster to Madrid. There you go, is a word and a half, isn't it, Ian? You're always welcome, mate. Eduardo Antonio from International Rugby. Anyone but England. Good luck to both Ireland and Scotland. But we all know the French have got this. Chairman Ed on is normally right on these occasions, and we'll see as we go. But you're all welcome, guys, to join us. It is the team of us, and today it will be really interesting to see how we go. Oh, where's that seagull with my stolen chips? Nom, nom, nom.
And I'm going to have a chance. I must give a shout out to our good friend over in Italy, David McCor. He was absolutely brilliant with us during the Ireland game, and looking at the reactions and from the last couple of weeks, I can only imagine how happy he's been.
Yeah, very much so. I think this tournament for me, and probably in the last 10, 15 years, has been the most exciting. Because it comes all the way down to the last game. It doesn't matter what happens in these games. Scotland hope they win, so they get a triple crown, and that's great for Scottish rugby because I still don't think they're the full piece at the moment, but it is great for Scottish rugby. If Ireland win, we win the win the triple crown, and then we got to hope that England win. Scotland have got to hope that England win as well. Be the first time I think everybody's been shouting for England to win in France. So it's I think it's bloody exciting, lads. You know, it is all what a Super Saturday should be about. We did consider actually of doing like a sort of an 8-hour watch along thon, and I was like, no. So straight after this, interestingly, myself and the new wife, we are taking a wander into our local seaside village. It's about 5 minutes away. We'll go and watch the Wales and Italy game, then get fish and chips, and come back and watch Scotland and France and England. So there we go. But enjoy today's game for now. Give us your thoughts as we go along. In fact, on ITV, just a quick one there. Is it on ITV you lads get the adverts during the scrums?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to have to come up to Dave's or Nigel's at some point. We'll have to do another road trip, Conor Broomfield.
Oh, you're always welcome up here in the northwest. You know,
absolutely, mate. Yeah,
it's almost like an outpost up here. You know,
it's first scrum in real time, lads.
Yeah.
This should be interesting. Scotland have a 15 kilo advantage in the pack. Oh, that's. Oh, he gave that to Ireland.
Huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, that could have gone either way. I'm sure you'll agree, lads.
You're saying it was Xander Fagerson who stood up there. I want to see that again.
Furlong looked in trouble there.
I tell you what, he's. I don't think he's past his best, but certainly he's.
We just need to manage his game time.
Yeah,
I think that's
we need to manage his game time because he was actually very good for the first up until you won.
Okay, I'm literally on 2 minutes. What's the time frame?
Yeah, I'm well behind. I'm just on the scrum starting.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, Jamie Osborne. Sorry,
140.
Jamie Osborne, third of try.
Are you guys behind or?
Yeah,
I'm at the same point you are.
Yeah, what about?
Right, let's see that one a tag here.
So it's just gone for the line out now. 2 minutes 30.
Opened up.
Ah, terrible.
I think Tag's trying to be in Westlife again. He's playing without wings.
Too easy.
Oh, absolutely. Farballer, clear the way. So we must be the gut of 30 to 40 seconds behind you, Con. There we go.
I told you guys. But...
Time on screen now is 4:10.
Oh Jesus, I'm a full minute behind you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 4:10 as well.
There we go. It means I can celebrate tons of times today. Yay!
Well, that all started because Ben White didn't clear his box kick properly in the first one. Gave Ireland a chance to attack.
Yeah, restarts or kickoffs.
Scrum penalty, of course,
are so important now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Wow.
Oh.
There's a lot of space there for Jamie to go through. There wasn't, in fairness.
Too much.
Yeah, they were just the decoys were really good. The deception was really good. Go on, Tig. Hands on the ball. No.
more support. That was good.
Scotland looking dangerous here. That's a lot of phases, and they're making ground.
Yeah.
Kyle and John, what would you still like to see the major improvement for Scotland? I mean, it's based around the success, really, and the cohesion for me of the Warriors team. Last night, Edinburgh are a bit hit and miss at times, as we saw last night. But what would give you consistency at the next level?
Let's try for Scotland.
All right.
Yes.
I'm still about a minute behind you guys. Consistency wise, we need better structure coming through the bottom end, and then Edinburgh need to sort themselves out. But again, see, back when Scotland were dying, they started going back through and winning. It was based on the success of the Glasgow team, and we're seeing the same again. So they need to sort Edinburgh and not just say we've got too many players, let's send somebody in the M8 and hope for the best. They need to develop Edinburgh better. There needs to be a better aggression for Edinburgh. They're still playing old school rugby. There's nothing coming through where you can go, it's aggressive, it's doing the job. Do you know what I mean?
Is the problem the same as Wales have got them, where the grassroots structure upwards doesn't give you what you need from a building? You know?
Definitely. I was involved trying to get a coaching group set up when I played for Renfrew here, and we've got 2 high schools, 6 primary schools, and a massive catchment area. And the red tape to get involved in youth coaching is ridiculous, and there was virtually no support for the SRU, and they decided at that time to run with this Super Six, which they kind of ignored the West Coast and kind of went everybody in East, and it's not really worked out the way they said it was going to. And the grassroots is it's terrible. Yeah. There's just no supporting it. So until that changes.
Yeah, it's something here in Ireland that we don't involve the clubs as much in my mind, but certainly out of all of the home nations, we do. Out of the 4, I think we're the best at it. I'd still like to see more, but I think that's a problem across the piece. In England, they've got some great structures. They've got the more clubs and stuff, but again, when the Premiership have gerrymandered the league and effectively what they've done and ring-fenced everything, you can't have that. You've got to have any player or any team aspiring coming from the lowest level all the way through. That's the issue I have with the Six Nations and that as well. But it's like turkeys voting for Christmas. We've been through that before. Again, a very good try there, Darcy Graham. 38 tries, is it? 55 caps.
Yeah,
phenomenal. But again, the width I talked about before. Don't be
harsh there, Scott. Like I think that's down to Scotland retaining possession and giving themselves very quick ruck ball, and that's very hard to defend against. We manned up pretty well there. Something's going to give eventually. If you're going through 20 plus phases possession, making a couple of yards every time, it's very hard to defend against.
Yeah,
but Scotland have obviously sort of have seen that, mate, and I've trained that and know that capability is going to, the opportunity, is going to be there out wide. So if they play in that phase,
but they didn't go wide straight away. That's
they didn't. No, they didn't.
Players
in.
Yeah, they picked their moments to get out wide, and it was a very straightforward try from Darcy Graham. I think it was well worked, and definitely a good reward for the good work that Scotland did there.
Yeah,
I think for me, it's just still an overall mind.
Give away a penalty.
Leinster do the same.
Ireland have a line out on the 5 metre line now.
Just coming up to that now.
And it's a big drive.
As it stands, Scotland, on top of it. It is nice.
Oh. He's over, but did he drop it?
Yeah, that's how they got it.
I'm still
Now,
seeing.
did that go forward when it hit the ground, or
Let me
Need
see.
to see that again.
because it definitely flew
It
forward.
looks okay on first viewing, but
Yeah, these things can be a millimeter in the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it was well after he grounded it.
I've not seen.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
No problem with that.
This could be a high-scoring match, lads.
Yeah.
We're currently we're currently heading for about 150 points at this rate.
In the first half.
Yep. I don't think I've seen 3 tries scored in such a quick time in this whole championship.
Brilliant. Yeah, I've just seen the try now. Yay! I'm the man. I'll have another mouthful of fruit.
That's another man with an incredible try scoring record.
Oh,
Uh,
18
two
and 39.
Scotland
Yeah.
players got drawn into that maul and should have stayed out and not left the gap. I mean, fair play to Sheehan. He did very well to exploit it and he's got the try.
Yeah, because Scotland's held the initial drive up very well.
We're starting to do okay. Then it was two forwards. I think Turner was one of them. I can't remember who the other one was. They just kind of come in and probably should have stayed out and not left the gap.
Yeah, when you look at Darcy Graham's, 38 was it in 55, and then you look at Dan Sheehan's 19 and 39 or 18 and 39.
That's
You
unbelievable.
expect it from Darcy because of its position, it's his role, it's his job, but you don't expect that from a hooker. But he's a very, very good. Sheehan's very, very good.
His try scoring record for Leinster, I think, is even better than that.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy,
it's
like two every 3 matches.
International level to get that.
It is.
Amount of try rate, just unbelievable record.
But again, another player who, if God forbid you needed it, could play. I think he could play as a flank, and he could definitely play in the centre. He could definitely play in the wing. If you had injuries, if you had to change the game around.
100%.
It's just such a specialist role. Although saying that, it's such a specialist role. No hooker fucking hooks anymore. That's another. Just let me tell you.
Interesting point. That is being addressed, and Ronan Kelleher got called out on the last
week. Yeah, it was the first time. I've never seen that before.
But no, it's because the rule's always been there. Like there's been a clampdown. I'm not sure why they decided to implement it in the middle of a tournament like that at a random time, but I know World Rugby were talking about clamping down on it because it's.
Jesus, listen, it's been going on now for what, the guts of 10 years or so, feeding it in at 45 degrees straight to the number 8.
Yeah.
The thing is, Joe, like it's actually can be dangerous to try and hook in modern day rugby with front rows that big. Like you lose your stability. The front row loses stability.
But that's why they brought in the break foot, didn't they? To try and counter that. But then they brought that in and then wanted to re-engage a hooker's primary role, but they wanted to give it a bit of time, get people used to having the break foot in place there to protect themselves. But I get what you're saying. Effectively the front row now you could have 3 props on, because it's more ballast and
Ireland under big pressure here.
Massive. Scotland are holding the ball very well in attack. Odds on to score here. Oh,
come on! Oh, for God's sake!
I just said they were holding on to the ball very well. What does he do? He throws an aimless pass.
still playing catch up on that. So
so you just get caught in the trap. Watch it again.
If
I tell you
who knows?
I'll tell you who I'm a big fan of is Scooey. I just think he's just a gentleman. When you hear him speak, he's just I think he's a gifted prop forward. He's very good.
No, good Stu McCluskey there. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
What's Luke saying here?
What's he calling us back for?
Line out infringement. The handsome assistant referee saw something.
Oh. Just keep up with play, lads.
It's the Argentinian AR.
I'm only up to the fact that Ireland have just turned the ball over. There we go.
Now, what about it? My feet just died, so I'm playing catch up here.
Oh, yes. That's what we do very well, the choke tackle.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other test nation in the world that does it as well as us.
Yeah. Knew you were going to try and target us there at some point.
Sanders not too happy.
I've not seen that Argentinian AR before. I've not come across him.
I think it's the first time I've come across him. Seems to be.
I'd say he has an OnlyFans page, so I thought
Hey, Chris Brownfield will be jealous, mate, if you tell other people about other OnlyFans pages, mate. You can't be doing that, mate. It was Damien Schneider, Argentina. I was interested. I was talking to
who wants Stu?
I lost my where have I gone? Who do you think looks more pensive, Andy or Gregor?
Oh, Gregor always looks very pensive, doesn't he?
No. I think actually Andy looks a bit more pensive this time around.
It's a big day in all round.
Yeah, it is. I think both of them are feeling that, and and especially Andy. I think considering how much Ireland have improved since the France game. I think it's bearing down on him a wee bit more at the minute than it is in Gregor. Gregor just always seems to be almost laconic, at times.
What would be the Carl? What would be the best Scottish expression for the way Gregor looks?
Well, Gregor Galway.
Gregor Townsend.
Oh, Gregor Townsend. I don't know. Stern, pensive. What you said.
There's another Jockernese expression, isn't there? When people are a bit sort of
doer.
Oh, Gregor's a bit weed doer. He's a ball bag doer. Jock. No offense, no jocks were harmed, Jordan, to saying of that quip there before I get called out and cancelled or whatever. Gerald Williamson saying hi, folks. Ireland just to shade it. Gerald, always a pleasure, mate. Thanks for everything you do for grassroots rugby, brother.
I'll give me Gregor Galway a shout, and definitely Gregor, quick of the wit, and we'll always catch you out, when you least expect it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Des McCusker.
Hey, Des.
Friends, Des. It was on the Whitewalkers a few months ago. Funny as anything, especially when he's drunk. Great idea. Call me in for the England game. Yes, absolutely. Susie Manley. Hi, boys from Brisbane, Australia. Susie, my new joint venture partner with the Insight Exchange. That goes live on Tuesday, the 24th on YouTube and Facebook. That's our new smarting streaming smarter conversations. Can't even get it out. The Insight Exchange with myself and Susie Manley in Australia. There we go. Just goes what you can do across the borders. Good.
I think what happened there was that Joe actually managed to find Damien Schneider's OnlyFans page.
Yeah, I've just sent it to Broomfield Broomfield. You need to change your name, you two, because although there's a Broomfield and Brownfield, there's
go on, Rob. Woo! Yeah.
Oh, did he get in touch?
Deanna Skillen, man.
Oh no, I think he just snuck it in there.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Let's have a look at you.
Well, I'm literally
Close,
just
buddy.
I'm just
Look
up to
at
the scrum.
Okay, no idea what Blair Kinghorn was doing there.
Nor did I.
Oh, it's close. That's
Ooh.
close.
Oh, that is close.
Yeah, his feet are in the air. He's
My
good.
feet back up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that looked good to me. It looked like his feet. Yeah, he
feet
was
up.
conscious and had pulled his feet up.
Yeah, that's
From
fine.
what
No
I'm
problem with
seeing.
that.
Yeah.
Shocking defending from us, though. Well exploited.
Absolutely,
again,
Craig. That's as open as you get.
There was a lot of space out there for him to take that, wasn't there? A lot of space.
Huge.
Don't get you sucked into the middle. That's crazy.
I didn't think. I think McCluskey had a long pass like that in his armory. You know.
Oh yes, he does.
That was superb.
Should they even accuse him of being an NFL quarterback in the
Yeah. Yeah, but that was a one-handed one. You know, that was executing that pace, which is very hard to do.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's
Rob Balakoon's really come on, hasn't he? He's in this competition. He's come from strength to strength.
But Balakoon was always fast.
Balakoon was always fast, but what he's done in the close season is he's put a bit of bulk on, and with that, the sheer momentum he gets now with a run like that there.
That's that pace, isn't it? You know, just another good Emma Skillen man, David.
Well, you see, when people come from God's county for mana, I'm telling you.
Very well, Enniskillen, very well for a while, and all around the borders of Erin's Green Isle. You go, you can get a song, culture, a song. Jesus, never stops.
Talk to me, sec lads.
My songs just scared them off.
Whee!
Okay, we've had 3 visits to Scotland's 22 and scored 3 tries. That's pretty good going.
It is.
Well, Cracky, this early in the game, you'd almost just take the one at this level. You know, to go 3 for 3, that's absolutely cracking. Absolutely cracking.
Ooh, what a catch by Stain.
John, who's your favourite Scottish player, mate? Finn or somebody else?
Dempsey.
Is he?
Yeah, I like Dempsey. He's a
grafter, isn't he?
He's a proper grafter, isn't he?
He's a grafter. Yeah.
Between him and Matt Fagerson, I think he's it's a toss up, but I am a fan of the back row.
Who's your favourite Irish player, Con?
That's a tough one, Joe. That's a tough one. At the moment, as I said before the game, I think Jamison Gibson Park is just a really important player to us. I think McCluskey on form, Jesus, McCluskey is just playing out of his absolute skin. You know, it's if like the two of them are huge for us. The forwards, we've a lot of talent and it's more evenly distributed.
Yeah.
But Jesus, you know, as good as Balakoon is, I just think with the two of them, McCluskey and Jamison Gibson Park give us Gibson Park in terms of control and McCluskey in terms of giving us that forward momentum for so many of our scores.
I think he gives you a lot more variation. Oh, that's forward, is it? Huh? Oh, okay.
It'd be interesting to see when Tig is replaced today, because this is a very fast game.
Yeah.
And
very intensive.
Like, he was doing well, I thought, up until that Reese Carr try. He looked absolutely gassed at that stage. But what a specimen!
Oh, mate, honestly, he's been some player, hasn't he?
He's like the love child of me or you. If we mated with what's that Northern politician, Naomi Long?
Well, shall send her that in a message, mate, and say, just here's our OnlyFans page. Just keep your options open. No pressure. Oh, Jesus, we'd be cancelled, mate. I won't get a visa to go back up north at Christmas chips.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, he's been some player, though, hasn't he? I mean, he's one of those. Tiger's still my favourite player. I'll say I'm biased because I'm because it's a prop.
Oh, for God's sake!
But
yeah, you just saw that miss kick to touch, did you? Yeah, he tried to get a bit too much purchase on it.
Yeah, well done to Shane, be fair to him, but we've got to be making them.
Yeah, he just went for a couple of yards too much. But Ireland gave away a penalty for crossing just before that. It's a real bugbear of mine. To give away a penalty in a good position for crossing. It's such a cheap out for the defence. Ooh. Now we're starting to have problems in the air again.
Oh, he catches one. Hey!
I still don't think Scotland's intensity is the other way it was last week.
Say again?
No.
I don't think Scotland's intensity is the other way it was last week.
No, that's the funny thing. It's like you don't hate Ireland enough. You never seem to get up for us in the way you do against England.
France played in white last week, so that was probably a factor.
We obviously haven't done enough to piss you off.
Well, especially the defence, that Balkan try defensive organisation was just shocking.
You look at last week's defence, and every single one of them was up. No, they're still on the line, and one guy's running out. It's just makes no sense.
Mm-hmm. Just how narrow we were as well. It's just It was a great pass by McCluskey. Don't get me wrong, it was a brilliant pass, but
some more comments there coming in. Des McCuskey, Des, I just saw the private message sent me a message. And mate, we're not covering England today. We're only covering this game, and then I'm going down the pub, mate. And then I'll be back eating fish and chips with the wifey for the Scotland-England game, for the France-England game, mate. But we promise we will get you back on again at some point. So enjoy yourself, mate. I hope our best to you both out there in France. Durham Bergman, Gibson Park will be Ireland's last chance at the World Cup. For a number of our players, mate. It's going to be the last opportunity in 2027. A lot of rugby between now and then. More about the Rugby Nations Championship at the end.
What a turnover! Scotland just had a line out on our 5-metre line.
Right. We chucked Blair Kinghorn in the air at that line out, which is interesting. Didn't come to anything.
It's just showing up now on bottom right of mine, so obviously a minute behind. But the QR code for the team of the championship, that would be quite interesting to see, actually.
Oh yes.
So I'm just onto the Scotland line out now.
Menicello McCluskey at 12, Menicello at
13. I think you're right, mate. I think you're right.
Yeah. LBB.
As a winger. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. It's such a pints machine in fantasy rugby.
Honestly. I didn't do fantasy for the first time this year.
Me neither. I'm just sick of doing it. And there's always one weekend where I forget to update my team.
Yeah,
before, and it goes to shit. So I just stopped doing it.
Especially with doing the live shows, it's just too much.
Yeah,
you know. So and it's always nice to let somebody else win. That's what I told Daniel in the Airbnb con. I said, he keeps chasing me. He says, "Yuso, where's your predictions?" I said, "Oh, mate, it doesn't make any difference. I always like to let the other brothers win."
Do you know what I did last year in that tipping competition? Like,
hey, you did good. You were flying.
I was flying until the third last round, and the Women's World Cup final was on.
Yeah.
And in my head, I typed in England, and I was like, brilliant, cheering them on in the final. And then I went and checked it, and for some inexplicable reason, I typed in Canada to beat them in the final.
Wow.
I don't know how it happened, but that cost me like a bonus round as well. So
yeah,
I'm still bitter about it.
Unlike Murphy's, other stouts are available, ladies and gentlemen, but not quite as good.
Yeah, Murphy's is good if you're in Cork.
Yeah, I love me Guinness, but if you can get Murphy's, especially sort of down Cork way, I just think it's if you're going to have sort of a rake of pints, it's an easier, smoother going.
It is. It's not as heavy on the palate.
No,
and the thing about any stout is there has to be a flow on it. If you go in ordering a pint of Guinness or Murphy's and they haven't sold one all day, it's going to taste absolute muck.
Yeah.
See, I probably know more about stout than I do about rugby. So let's just talk beer.
Well, the Fantasy Stout League. Oh.
Fantasy Stout League. Stout men talk about stout.
Yeah. Stout men talk about stouts. Which is the stoutest of the stout? Well, actually, it'd be that one that's what's the the original Guinness, which is massive in Africa, Nigeria way. It's like the original porter one. They the lads there go crazy for it. Nigeria, yeah, it's the proper dark, like the original stout, the original heaviest stuff. The one like they used to give women when they were pregnant back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s and stuff. Brilliant. Yeah, sure, full of iron. 2 pints of that lovely even and you'd be grand. And then people like me and you were born, mate, and they wonder why.
I was nearly a stone when I was born.
Jesus, mate.
I was 13 pounds, 12 or something like that.
Did I ever tell you, mate? I didn't walk until I was 3. I had a problem with my feet, so I couldn't wear shoes or socks, and I didn't walk properly.
Really?
Until I was 3, genuinely, until I was 3, I didn't wear shoes or socks, and I couldn't walk properly. And I learned to walk on the back of 2 collie dogs, and that's so my missus calls me Mowgli. So, well, that's a true story. Yeah, didn't walk probably until I was 3. No shoes, no socks. Back in the day, hey, shoes and socks, grossly overrated.
Still don't wear shoes and socks?
Me, honestly, I've got nothing on my feet now.
Yeah, I have slippers on.
Yeah. So we're boots for walking in.
Oh, that's good. And how was your night shift last night? Quiet?
No.
It's not going to be quiet in a hospital.
Yeah.
No,
I did security in a Glasgow hospital. It's never quiet.
Yeah.
It's fun and games, but okay, keeps the pennies coming in, so it's all right. I'm just frustrated.
Trying to live in the present a little bit, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
So steadied out a little bit now, the game, hasn't it? The intensity sort of
Yeah, definitely slow down again. There's more kicking the last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
so, it's actually borne out. Even the possession is currently 50-50.
Steve, is it?
Yeah, these are the live ones.
Forwards.
So that was really poor.
At the minute, Scotland actually have 53% of territory, so it's very, very even.
We're making too many mistakes with it though. Like that last penalty, Xander Ferguson gave away was rolling forward, just stupid.
Yeah.
Who threw that forward pass? Just there now, Kyle.
Ireland's disciplined defence has been very good. You're not giving away hardly any penalties at all so far.
Yeah.
Which is very unlike us.
It's been much better in general this campaign. I think they've really focused on it.
We're still weak in the scrum though. That's where most of our penalties are coming from at the minute.
Yeah. That's true. Tom O'Toole seems to be settling into his switch very well, though, from high head to loose head. I say that just as about before a scrum is about to set.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Commentator's curse here.
He'll go down like a sack of spuds.
It's the curse of Broomfield.
Interesting 5 minutes now, isn't it? Another score either way really dramatically, I think, changed the outlook of the game. You know, Scotland get one before half time. This is 5 points. We get one, and you'd say, oh, the church. You'd have to say that.
You've got penalty advantage. Have you?
No, he was just saying use, I think.
I do like Luke.
I
think he's a very good referee.
Ooh.
Ball went away from him.
Ireland very lucky there. Now, if that had bounced the other way, now that would have been a more interesting outcome.
Yeah, definitely.
Van der Fleer did very well there.
Yeah, just seeing that now, mate.
Yeah. Joe McCarthy's down getting treatment.
So do we still see where we are now, the mainstay of the squad that we've had, Con, in the Six Nations? Do you still see most of those being around for World Cup 27?
Yeah, I'd be inclined to think that if Farrell is using them in this campaign, there's a plan there to have them at least in the picture for Australia next year.
Use them more, Jordan, this July and November rugby championships. This new thing.
Yeah, I think if the likes of Gibson Park is here now, I know his contract situation has to be resolved, but that's a penalty. Yeah, I think this is the squad, and he's used a lot of players. I think like 36 players, if you include Darren Murray here today. So there's been a lot of rotation, a lot of guys given opportunities in this campaign. I'd be surprised if too many more from outside of who've been used. I think if they're not being used by the summer, there's very little chance of anyone coming in next year.
I think Dogbo will be a good addition. I'm surprised he didn't get. I think somebody said to me the other day he was injured though.
I think Farrell said he wasn't fit enough yet.
Yeah, he sent. Yes, sorry, that was it. Sent him back to do more fitness. I mean, he's a big lump of a lad, and he's very, very gifted player for a young lad. But again, he's going to.
Who wants you? He's just a machine, McCluskey. You know, even with two or three men on top.
Excited?
Oh, always.
We're still only under 22, but nothing too excited. Yeah, you'll see me doing my little.
I thought he might have put Nathan Doak in on the bench for today's game. I'm quite a big fan. And I thought he might have put him on the bench in Casey.
I'd say that was close, Joe.
Yeah,
it was a very, very close decision.
Probably. Maybe because there's very little in it. And both of them bring probably the same in lots of ways. That is like, okay, well, we'll give Casey another run out sort of thing, because it's not material going to make much difference to the tactical approach that they're taking.
Well, I'd always think of Casey and Doak, I would have thought of them like as a number 9 partnership, the way Gibson Park and Murray were used, like one starting, the faster player starting, and then like Doak is a big man for a scrum half. He's 6'3". His pass wouldn't be as nippy as the likes of Gibson Park or Casey.
Yeah, agreed.
But he brings more of a physical presence. He's a good kicking game. So like he's a good guy to close out a match. I think that's where I'd see his future at test level. Bring him on the same way Murray was used.
Well, hopefully we'll see more of them in the summer and in the July.
For sure we will.
Just looking at the Bangor Bulldozers stats there, Dave. Carries for meters and stuff like that. 8 carries, 40 meters, something like that. He's really taking an opportunity. I think it was UConn, wasn't it, said that, you reckon, and I agree that he would have been a Centurion had he not been around really, unfortunate to be around the same time as, Ringer, Bundy, Henshaw and all that sort of thing. The four, I know they're specialists, sort of 12 and 13 per se, but being able to swap them sort of around. But he's taking this opportunity now, and look,
playing the rugby of his life,
without a shadow, and it's great to see. I don't think he's put a foot wrong for me in the whole competition. He's been one of my standouts. If I was to pick a player, an Irish player of the competition, it would probably be Stu.
On balance,
although Balacom has done well when he's played in that as well. GGP has managed everything very, very well. One game is a little bit.
In fact, I believe actually Balakun's been nominated as one of the young players of the tournament.
Has he? Good.
Yeah.
But even better than that is Nick Timoney. He's 30 years. He's 30 years old. But it's not based on age. It's based on this being it's about if it's your first Six Nations campaign, then you're eligible, regardless of age.
Right.
Yep.
So Timoney hadn't played.
Oh no, well, Timoney's just a baby-faced assassin, so of course he's going to sneak in there. That's just the like of him,
Well, there's hope for us yet, then, Conor. I mean, we get that many injuries on the front row again next year. I mean, you could be up there. I could be young breakthrough player of the year.
We'll show Reese Carey how to.
Yes, mate.
How to dance.
There's the 3.
How to wiggle that ass.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're just at half time here.
Fucking.
I'm on 39-30.
It's half time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's half time now, I think. Yes.
Good. Okay. Right. There we go. Right, before we go into looking at the semantics of the first half, we've got two small videos we didn't get a chance to play earlier on. The first one is from a guy called Rich Mifsud. Everybody knows Rich. He is former Deputy Commissioner of the Royal Gibraltar Police. He's a huge Leinster and Ireland fan. Travels all around Europe and will be very, very knowledgeable guy. And this was his thoughts before on what was going to happen in the game. Let's see how close he is.
Hi, Joe. Thanks for asking me to give my thoughts about tomorrow's match between Ireland and Scotland. Three things, really. Firstly, don't kick loosely to their backs. Secondly, stick it up the jumper and go up their guts, basically, which is what's worked for us, certainly in recent history. And of course, you need to really turn up and assume that, go out there with the attitude that you're playing the All Blacks or the Boks or France, because any lessening of attitude and intensity, and they are more than capable of winning the game tomorrow. I think if we stick to our tactics, if we stick to those caveats I've mentioned, I think we'll win, especially with home advantage. But anyway, let's see. I sincerely hope we do. As to the Six Nations in general, I think it's been awesome. I think the stars of the show are Italy. They really are. They've really played out of their skins, and the beauty of this is that I don't think that this is a flash in the pan either. If you've been watching their under-20s as I have been for a few years now, you see that there is an assembly line that's coming in after the Menoncellos and Brexers and Simone Ferraris of this world. As to who I think will win the competition, I think France. It's France's to lose, to be honest. They're playing at home. They're playing England. England have been rubbish, to be perfectly honest. Just to quote Ellis Genge, I think they believe their own hype when they beat Wales, and then they came up against us, or Scotland there, and then us. So yeah, I think they'll crumble. They may put up a bit of a fight, but I think that the thing that's worked against them is the fact that France actually lost last weekend. So they're going to be pretty upset by that, and I think they'll turn it on. I don't think it'll be a cricket score, but I think France will win, and they will get their bonus point win. And I think it's going to, if you'd offered us after the autumn we had, if you'd offered us second place after France, I think I would have bitten your hand off. So yeah, just a tad of regret for not pretty much not turning up in that France game right at the outset of the competition. But anyway, those are the regrets in sport. So happy that we've managed to blood some new players. There's a need for more, obviously, come the World Cup. But anyway, I hope that's enough for you, mate, and enjoy the match tomorrow. We had, if you'd offered us second place.
I was just going through there, Kyle. Yeah, it must be on your machine, mate, because we can hear that live. Just very quickly, then, before we hear from the great Harry Roberts, former Scotland and Springbok hooker, Conor Broomfield. 1 minute, very quickly. How you thought on the first half?
Everything we needed to do. Strong at set piece, held the ball well. Nice bit of variation without taking too many risks, and execution was brilliant. We got the perfect start, and Scotland hit back very well. But we've gone on to take control of the match pretty well, I think. I don't think it's over yet. I think we need to be very wary in the first 10 minutes of the second half, because, as you said yourself, the next score is really, really crucial. But this is like we're exactly where we'd want to be at this stage of the game.
Cool, John.
It's pure frustration right now, mate. I look back to the France game. I see the speeds, the 2-3 tacklers. Well, and then I'm watching one guy run out the line, everybody else standing still. We played ball in hand, fast-paced rugby last weekend, and now we're back to where we were every other time we play Ireland. Ireland bring us into their game, and we just sit back and let it happen. So and then daft stuff, throwing up that line out to Blair right at the front when we're strong, throwing a middle ball line out and that line out maul. Stop changing stuff that doesn't need changed. It's just frustrating. Just Scotland right at the back.
Yeah, absolutely. I can understand that frustration completely. It would be a frustrating first half for Scotland in that one. Ireland have been very dominant. They've been very tight on defence, and honestly, uncharacteristically, as sort of mentioned throughout, it was our scrum has actually been a little stronger than usual. But I think the fact that Balakoon, McCluskey, have gone through the gears and grinded out those meters. It's put us in a good position here. But I say, it's the second half of a game against Scotland is never an easy thing either way, because you just never know what's going to happen once those teacups have been flung about the dressing room at halftime, alongside the oranges. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes up here.
Cool. And Kyle Paterson, just before we come to you for the final choice, for the final point, before we go back to the second half, here is former Scotland and Springbok hooker, the great Harry Roberts, was his thoughts before from yesterday.
Well, good day, all rugby fanatics. Harry Roberts here. I've had the privilege and pleasure of playing for both Scotland B and then, of course, the Springboks many years ago. But just thought I'd say a few words and my thoughts about the Six Nations. It's been a cracking tournament. Some real surprises. Considering all the predictions of what Steve Borthwick said, that the big showdown will be France against England at the end of the tournament. But it probably will be a bit of the showdown. All depends on what happens between Scotland and Ireland. And it's really interesting to see, after Scotland losing to Italy, of course, in the terrible rain, but you'd think Scotland would be good at playing in those sort of conditions, but they have certainly got much better over the games they played against England and France at home, especially at home, where they are very, very difficult to beat and play against. But the big worry from my side is that they did beat Wales like in the last few minutes, which was a away game, and this one against Ireland, in Dublin, is going to be even more interesting because they haven't beaten Ireland for quite a number of years. But you never know. On the day, it's all about the bounce of the ball, the decision from the ref or the TMO. And the situation is that, really impressed with the way that Scotland are playing, their structure in attack. They've got some special game plans, what they've got, which Carl Steyn scored against France, that cut back from the line out. So if they can play their running game and keep their defence up, then it should be really good against Ireland. Ireland as well, the big shock against France away, but they're slowly rebuilding now. They've got a lot of new players coming into their squad, but really convincing win they had in Dublin the other day. So it's going to be a cracker. It's going to be a real good one. So I don't know. It's going to go either way. If, as I said earlier on, if Scotland play their game and play up to that level and intensity, then I think they could squeak a win there in the last few minutes. But we'll see how it goes. Italy-Wales will be a good game as well. Wales have come back, and Italy have played some unbelievable rugby with some great shocks as well. So that'll probably go down to the wire as well. But then we come down to the last one, France against England, and I don't know. Everybody seems to be thinking that it's going to be a train smash with France running all over England. But they're right at home. They have got the incentive that they've got to win with bonus points to win the Six Nations again. So all the best. Have a great day, and let's see what the great game of rugby can produce.
Great. Carl Paterson. Interesting points there from everybody, but where does that all fit for you?
Can I use the word pish? Yeah. Pardon me. No, that was just as John said, we're getting sucked into how Ireland want to play. And apart from the Darcy Graham try, when we are playing, we're making too many mistakes. And without the ball, at least 2 of the Ireland 3 tries. The first one I can give you a bit more leeway because it was you played at a great pace and you got Osborne over to score. But the other 2 basic defensive mistakes, like the Dan Sheehan one, 2 guys got sucked into the maul when they just needed to hold their line a bit, and that would have closed the gap. But then Sheehan exploited it, and then I don't know what Blair Kinghorn was doing for that Balcon try. He just got like sucked in, and everyone else was too narrow. And yeah, so pretty rubbish. But the next score is key. So it's not. And we were in a similar position against Wales, and we managed to turn that around. So we'll trying to hold on to a bit of hope.
Yeah, absolutely. Conor, what's the one thing we need to hold on to in the second half?
Accuracy. I think we've been very good at playing at pace, and passes sticking, men running off the ball, and that is tiring. That's why I'd give Scotland some hope. We did play a very high intensity, and they've just settled down now. It settled down the last 10 minutes or so. So I think our bench is going to be really important, and how and when it's used, because we're going to need that lift as we did in against Wales, Italy, and England, and even the France match. So. I think just focus, accuracy, and the use of the bench should get us over the line.
Who, Carl? Just quickly for you and John. In fact, who's not cutting the mark that you want to? Carl first for Scotland. Who's really not sort of on the button today that you would want to be?
Blair Kinghorn. There's probably a few, but he's been the one who's high ball. He's only, I think, caught 1 high ball I've noted from what I've seen in the first half. And as I said, his defensive positional play for that Balcon try was just all over the shop. Mm-hmm. So he's had a couple of like moments in attack where he's like made a couple of breaks, and he was a bit unlucky with that ball that sort of bounced around outside the Irish 22. But apart from that, he's just not been up to scratch at all for me.
John.
I'm going to go back to the back row. The boys in the back row just aren't being aggressive enough. They're no doing their job they've done last week. And then again, I'm going to highlight Sione through a blow here. Last week you watch him and he was in those boys' faces. He was up for the game. He was full of energy. Now he's 4.5 tackles and he's just he's not bringing the team through the way he was last week. So Sione is captain in the back row for their aggression and intensity. It's just not there. But then the whole line in defence, they're not going anywhere. They're standing and waiting for Ireland to come. There's one guy flying up, whereas last week again it was 2-3 guys chasing balls down, putting pressure on players, and they're just giving Ireland the chance to play the game they want to play. So I think across the whole 15, it's just frustrating right now. But the back row and Sione need to step up.
I think that there's been a couple of times I've seen Sione there look frustrated. And you can see they're frustrated in him, and it's like, again, it goes back to what I said before, the mindset of a player sometimes. If it's not gelling for whatever reason, whether it's them or whether it's the players around them, like you said, John, with Finn, the players around him have got to feed off what he's doing. I think Sione's the same. And there's 2 or 3 times I've seen him, you can see him getting a little bit frustrated when he's come up from something. He is falling off tackles, quite right, Kyle. And you can see that chipping away. So I think Gregor, who in the dressing room at half time, Kyle, for you, is the person to galvanise them around? Who should it be, or who do you think it would be in this scenario?
Well, obviously, the obvious one again, it should be Sione. He's the captain, and to be fair, he did do that against Wales in the second half, and the way he played in the second half of that game, he was really trying to get all the boys on side. But Yeah, mainly him, and in the forwards, I'd have to say Darge as well, who has been putting himself about, but he's not been as effective as he can be consistently enough so far.
Good. Well, the teams are back out on the pitch, guys. Thanks very much. Stay with us. Enjoy the second half of the final Ireland game against Scotland. It is 19-7 at half time. You're welcome to the final show of the Six Nations Sofa Sessions, brought to you by Whitewalkers. Chat and crack. Keep it here for the second half and the final. Prince of Gregor. Do it. Big 40 minutes for both sides, this, isn't it?
And Gregor always looks constipated.
That's the word.
You'll be getting kicked off as admin of your own group, mate. Oh gosh, good one. I have missed having you on shows, mate. Honestly, brilliant. Great to see both.
Got my wee bit extra in the Iron Brew there,
Brilliant.
Just when you think Jamison Gibson Park can do no more, he goes in ripping balls and
missed that one.
Balls.
Tried, he missed it.
Finn certainly come out with a bit of a spurt in his an instant off. That he was like, feck this, I'm going to go on my own. That first one he did.
Again, it's another example of what John was saying. Like, he tried to, because he knew he was possibly going to get held up in that maul. He tried to get the ball out, and the rest of the players just weren't in sync with what he was trying to do.
Yeah. And again, I think sometimes, lads, it's that bit of frustration where, as John rightly said, we go back to, he said before, in the preview, when the players around Finn aren't doing it and Finn's not there. So then Finn, you could see him. He was a bit frustrated afterwards speaking to the ref because it wasn't anything the ref did. It wasn't anything he did. The players there weren't there with him. So he went alone, and it just, you can see that frustration, So I think that it's not the same cohesion in the Scottish side as it was, or the intensity overall that you had against France. I don't think.
Yeah. No, it's not. Whatever reason, it's not been there. And we've made too many silly mistakes so far.
I have to look at it.
I just don't think they know what to do in this position.
Yeah. That first 10, 15 minutes of that first half, John, when you were doing all that phase build-up and the try and everything, there was it was building level on level, layer on layer out. Yeah. It seemed to stop after that. Certainly stopped after Balakoon got our third try. And it just, you don't seem to be able to find what you had in that first 15 minutes again for me.
They showed last week against France, keep the ball in hand, run a fast-paced game, and you'll get there.
Yeah.
And then they just reverted back to that kicking game.
Yeah.
Just frustrating when you know they've got it in them.
Yeah, and we've seen it in the previous 4 games.
Again. Yeah. Just passing it to an isolated runner when there's somebody on him.
The line break speed is frightening there.
To be fair to Scotland, I think Ireland were a country mile offside at that one, but it rarely gets blown these days because they want to keep the game flowing.
And I don't think we mentioned it in the first half, but Scotland George Turner went off after 17 minutes. So it's Ashwin is at hooker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a HIA, wasn't it?
I think it was an HIA went off for. is unfortunate.
Yeah, Scotland have a bit of speed on it here.
Just keep it in the hands, nothing fancy, nothing silly.
Comments coming in as we're going there. Jason Shearer replying to somebody on Gibson Park. He says, a great All Black. Yeah, he was. He was just unfortunate at the time when there were so many other great players around him. It's a bit like Stu McCluskey's situation, I think, for Jameson Gibson Park. Great player. Absolute great player. Just too many other All Blacks around him at the time, mate. So, you know, it's like going for me. It's like going to, you know, to another company in another country. You know, you go and live there and you put your time in and you put your heart and soul into it. But yeah, great player. Des McCusker. My screen has crashed. Too many good-looking people on this live stream. I mean, look at David and Conor. Stunning. He's on the lash, lads.
Oh dear.
McCusker's on the lash. Nora McGee Teles, I hope I've said that right. Nora, what are these knock-ons and handling errors for Ireland? Yeah, a little bit, but overall, I think we're pretty steady. So that's
we are, but I can hear what she's saying. Like there's
absolutely,
definitely, and it's hard to keep up that intensity and accuracy, but
it is. And actually, the great point that Nora makes is if I was to be asked one thing from Ireland, notwithstanding the width thing that I have for Leinster as well, but one thing in the whole competition for Ireland would be that accuracy in unenforced errors. I think would be the biggest takeaway from me from the whole thing.
Definitely. Against England, we managed to keep it up for nearly all the match.
Indeed.
But the other matches, we've been hit and miss, playing in patches.
I was really surprised against Wales. You mostly went for that kind of predictable chunk up, one up runners kind of rugby. I mean, here you've been showing a lot more variety, a lot more pace, similar to how you played against England.
Well, against Wales, they tackled their bloody hearts out. Both their commitment and their organisation in defence was incredible. We were actually trying to play a bit of rugby in that match, but they had numbers everywhere. I've never seen a defensive performance like it.
Look at the stats, their tackle stats. I think the front five were all in 25 tackles each.
Yeah, top 5 tacklers, all Welsh and all 20 plus.
Unbelievable, wasn't it? It was unbelievable. Yeah, it was a fair play. I mean, I took my hat off to Wales. The defensive line speed as well, and they were committing 4 or 5 players every single time to the breakdown, and it didn't leave gaps, or it didn't appear to. Yes, we overcame them, but it was very heartening, I think, from a Welsh perspective. And a little shout out today to my best mate, my brother from another mother, my best man, Dave Williams, in Cardiff, who was at the game today. It's his birthday as well. Happy birthday, brother. We'll catch up later. And yeah.
Oh, come on. Free play.
Oof.
Interesting decision here now.
I'm just watching that rake of Irish players falling off Darcy as he's running through a minute ago.
I think we'd see some changes soon.
Yeah, what are we now? 50 minutes.
I think they're saying Doris went a bit high on the tackle there. Yeah, that's fair. Just a penalty.
Do you think it's the right decision to go for the corner here?
Well, I haven't called it.
For a try, yes.
Yes, I think it is.
If we mess it up, no.
But I think it shows the intent.
It's kind of results-based analysis.
But it shows the intent for me of what Scotland want to do. They know that they've got to go. There's no point trying to chip away at 3 points.
Yeah, it's a big momentum shift if they don't score.
Yeah.
To be fair, they'll back the success rate on that. Both Glasgow and Scotland do well for the corner, so the result.
I think
Yeah.
they'll score. I think they'll score here. Anyway. Yeah. Another penalty.
Now, if we can get Ben White up and George Holland and speed this up a bit, it'll be all right.
Oh, now you're giving away a penalty. Ben White's speed has been mostly good from the rocks. It's just what's around him that's been a bit more of a problem.
Yeah,
Not a fan.
I would agree with that. He's
Not
been
a fan.
good. Oh, Ty Burns just got a big nasty gash.
I'm just on the mole now from the line out.
I think Aki's inclusion on the bench is an interesting one as well, because he's been out for a while, suspended. He only really covers one position at this stage, and here's Darren Murray on for his debut. Good man.
It's a blood replacement, so
Okay. It'd be interesting to see how he gets on, actually.
Okay, tap and go from Scotland on the 5.
oh, it's too slow again.
Have they gone that tap and go yet, Con?
Yeah, it's going through the phases, but Ireland are defending well. Dan Sheehan had his hands on the ball there, but wasn't blown. That was Ireland very unlucky not to win a penalty there.
There we go. Tap and go.
Scotland going for the meat.
I thought Big Joe McCarthy had the mullet until I saw Dara's.
No, Dara's is a top quality mullet.
Scotland over for a try.
Okay.
Yes!
Well,
That's better.
And Gregor there looking as happy as ever. If he
It's
looked
like-
if he looked at-
he's like the James Bond of rugby, isn't he? Shows you, what's it called? Roger Moore shows you happy. Nothing moves.
Yeah.
Nothing moves.
Show you happy. Raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing. Must just be coming up to let's try now.
I really think Dan Sheehan was unlucky not to win the penalty there. It was just Luke Pearce was on the other side of the ruck.
My penalty is for the player holding the ball on the ground. It's not for just putting your hands on the switch.
Sorry?
Keep in mind, the penalty for that is for the player holding on the ground. It's not for the players just putting on their hands on and just going.
But no, he was definitely holding on to it.
I don't think he was, but I'll have to watch it again. But I don't think he was initial viewing. And Dan Sheehan also has to make sure he's putting an effort to actually pick the ball up.
Yeah, but how often are they not blown?
No, I agree.
When a player clearly has.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not saying it's just him. It's plenty that happens.
Mm.
Anyway, different game now. 1914.
Comments coming in there. So our friend Jason Shooter, my good mate, is saying he met Nora, who gave us that excellent bit of analysis before at an Oasis concert. She's from the States, but she is another huge Leinster and Ireland fan. Jason Shooter saying Russell has different gravy. Yep. And Zaki is going to be beneficial for the last 25 days of final push, in her opinion. I think you're right. And that's probably why he's on, regardless of the lack of game time. Jason, good to see you and Chris Price meeting up. Hopefully you had a good time in Italy when you were across there. Nora saying objectively Sheehan had that. Yeah, I think you're right. I could just catch up on that. Thanks for joining the chat, lads.
If I want, I'll hold my hands up there, but I didn't think he had it enough. So
yeah, big 5 minutes now to see what we do. Yeah, coming back. Both in
Nick Timoney is on, just FYI, for Josh van der Fleer.
Okay, cool.
I'd expect Byrne to come back on. Just got glued up.
Yeah.
A bit of gorilla glue there for that one.
Yeah, I'll text 7, Dave.
No. We bit of the CT3 there, Dave. That'll be just right there, Dave. Keep her waterproof for another half an hour.
Ireland on the attack. About 7-8 meters out. Keeping it in tight. And go for the heavyweights here. Scotland managing to slow it down.
I actually now have embraced this being a minute behind Conor, because it's given me an idea for our new Rugby Nation Championship series, which we'll talk more about.
Doris. No. Okay, 5 meters out.
That one, Joe.
Go on, Tig. Faster, Tig.
What's that, D?
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
And when we get into the Nations Championship,
Should be fun.
Come on, just keep it together.
Now, in the words of that new hit song in Ireland, just remember, lads, Ballycoon's outside.
Yes!
So I'm on 55-10.
I think you got it, yeah.
Wow.
I'm closing my ears and pretending I haven't heard anything so I can thoroughly enjoy. I love it. It's because sometimes you forget that you're broadcasting to the globe.
It was Murray. I thought it was
on his debut.
Yeah.
Great. I'll look for the mullet, the free-flowing mullet, which is under his hat. He's a big lad, isn't he?
He's big. He's
Yeah.
a big unit.
How old is he? Con, do you know?
Yeah, he's 23, I think. He's a brother, a couple of years older than him.
I haven't really come across him much for the Westies, to be honest.
He's a very good line-out operator.
Yeah.
Runs the line-out for Connacht, and he's primary jumper.
I just caught up with the try now. He took that well, sort of stepped in almost inside of me.
Yeah.
You know, he backed himself. He had the belief there, you know.
Yeah.
He's probably covered, a metre or so out, but even so. But when he takes the ball now, he's looking at the line. He's not looking at how many plays around him. He's like, I'm going for this. Yes,
Yeah.
lovely. Yeah.
Van der Fleer is off and Nick Timoney is on.
Okay. Jason Shearer saying to me, "Yeah, Rome was great, Joe. They obviously all went all my pals from the Rugby Relics. If you get a chance, have a look on Facebook group, the Rugby Relics, a bunch of ex-military lads who raise a tremendous amount of money for army veterans, and absolutely sad, so brilliant guys, a superb bunch.
Oh, that's deliberate enough on.
Rome was great, Joe. Thinking of it again next year for Irish Games. Fancy Yeah, absolutely. I sent a message to Chris Price, Jason, and said, listen, if you want to come across, then it'd be great to be able to host you.
Jesus, this is too loose.
Come on, Stevie, get some sport.
This is too loose for my liking.
Oh, for God's sake, it's going to be a penalty to Ireland. Well, maybe not.
Come on, defense. Standing off players. This is like playing into Scotland's hands, like throwing the ball around.
On support.
Strike on them.
What the?
What the duck?
Try. Maybe not coming from that outburst.
No, Scotland are in a very strong position here.
Ireland's discipline in these positions again has been very good. Pretty much.
Yeah, in the red zone, we're just
yeah.
and in the attacking 22, we're very strong as well. There's just
little bits in between.
Yeah.
Take a fucking tackle. Oh, Blair Kinghorn does my absolute nothing. Boy, you're so tackle shy.
I think the words we said. Oh, you varmint!
Has to score here. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Rory Darge.
Yep. There we go.
It was that 7 minutes straight after when you really got to be at your prime strength of keeping it out, because again, it's what 21 5-point game again. With the last quarter now into the last quarter.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to see what Gregor's reaction is going to be here.
He'll open a can of iron brew and he'll look with that famous look of happiness.
Is iron brew good for constipation? Yeah.
See that's a well taken. That's a well taken try on the run, but just running through the plays like that and catch up now, good.
Oh yeah, very good.
It was just sloppy from the restart.
Very, mate. That's.
A brilliant pass from Seone there to get out to Stain, who made the initial break.
Yeah, to come back inside. Yeah.
Tell you what I see in the future. I see Darge as a captain.
Yeah.
Aye. He's certainly a forwards captain. Like.
Oh, for sure. Just the way he just goes about his business. Definitely, I'm very impressed with him there.
Yeah, I think they've come in. Well, they've left had he gone out one out wide anyway, but they've all come in because again, there's two out wide there. But then he's still run through four players effectively. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think even last week after the game, they were talking and they said, what happened at half time, because normally you come out, you make sure the game's safe, and he went, no, Darge basically dug into them and went, get out there, keep it going, get your finger out, win this game. Do you know what I mean? So I think a lot of players look at him as a guy to keep the momentum going.
And that's what I was asking you and Kyle at half time. Who really do you think will stand up? And it's that type of player that you need. Somebody who maybe isn't the skipper, but maybe is quietly the pack leader. We don't normally. Sometimes you'll have a vice captain in there, but pack leader is somebody totally different. Maybe that's him, and that's what you've needed.
Oh, I see him there. He's trying to. He's unlucky.
This will be a very interesting 8 minutes.
Oh, there he is again. Darge coming. Was that Darge or was that somebody else?
You'll see tight
Got them
then.
in the scrum.
Do we second again, guys?
We've got the momentum now.
Aye.
I think that was Kinghorn actually got involved there.
Magnus Bradbury is on in the back row, so it might have been him. He looks a bit like Kinghorn.
Mm.
This isn't good for my Tourette's, I tell you that.
And I'm just noticing there that the great Des McCusker is definitely a level above being on the lash now, because he's now done his own analysis of the live stream panel today. John, what a magnificent beard. Conor, man-bait. Joe, RMP, who locked me up. Oh, you'll never let me forget that, will you? Shouldn't have been a bad boy. David Elegant and Kyle Nicholas Sturgeon with glasses.
Oh, elegant. Thank you very much.
Oh, I just love these live stream shows.
Oh, God, come on. Well, put it this way. And I've just seen Gregor Townsend's reaction to that try by Darge, and I have to admit now, I'm going to take a leaf out of my son's book for this one. Corey just took one look, and he just said, "Be very, very quiet." Elmer Fudd, stick a hunting cap on him. He's Elmer Fudd. Absolutely.
Poor old Greg is
Thank you,
taking the
Corey,
right
for that one, son.
Poor old Greg is taking the right hammer in today, isn't he? Oh.
Well, you have to get a bit of excitement somewhere out of the guy. Come on.
And you're not going to get it for Gregor, that's for sure.
No. He's the epitome of excitement.
He wakes up every morning and puts his funeral face on and just stays that way. Sorry.
That's got to be the quote of the day, isn't it?
That is quote of the day. You've won that one. Absolutely.
Gregor Townsend gets up in the morning, puts his funeral face on, and stays like that for the rest of the day. Oh, brilliant!
Well, in that case, we'll give him the wee job in the cemetery. Get the wee stick out and say, "Come on, now, lads, lay down, lads. Come on, now, lay down."
Hopefully see that speed up a bit in the horns.
Scotland are showing all the aggression and intent now. They're driving us back on the gain line.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hoping Kinghorn gets hooked soon, though. Get Tom Jordan at fullback.
Get Jordan in. Much better player.
Aye.
Well, why do you think he doesn't start, Tom?
I think Gregor goes too much on the. I know what I'm getting. It's nice and steady.
Tried and tested.
Yeah, and I mean I like Kinghorn as a club player, but I just don't think he steps up for international games. He's got so much potential, and then like that, he'll fire a wild ball rather than just take a tackle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's an oddball.
His defensive positional play at times of international rugby is just all over the shop.
Yeah.
So I've just seen 3 changes for us. Keller, Sheehan, Milne on for Tom O'Toole.
And I see George Warner's on for Ben White too. He's had I have to admit, I thought White's had a good game actually for you guys.
Yeah. I think he's been good again.
Scotland counter-rucking now is very good in this half. They're putting us under a lot of pressure.
So that's all our subs. Bundy on, Kieran Frawley on for Balakoon. Yeah.
Who did Frawley come on for?
Frawley's come on for Balakoon.
Balakoon.
Interesting.
Okay, so Osborne gone to the wing. Frawley at full back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming so. I'm a minute behind you, but I'm assuming than him coming on.
That's better. You got it.
See again, your
Come on.
line speed is quick up and committing 3 and 4 players to the breakdown, and we're not.
I know. 60 minutes too late.
This is going to be a long 12, 13 minutes.
What we do for a penalty here now?
Well,
just to settle things down.
It is, mate, and also makes it more than one score game.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
We're playing behind the game line a lot, though.
Yeah,
you don't see the breaks coming.
Oh, again.
How do you think Caelan is playing overall, Con? Well, I'm just seeing him. He's blocked down that kick then. But overall, since he became skipper, what's your opinion?
Go on! Jeez, that came out of nothing.
Oh, for God's sake!
Oh!
I'm glad we just scored.
Yeah,
Great time.
Did lovely try actually. Yeah,
right. That was a beauty.
I didn't see Tommy Bryan finishes off, but
I think,
couple of intricate passes.
Well,
we'll get back to Caelan Doris.
I'm just going to put myself on full in the studio so I can.
Sorry, it was Frawley. Crowley to Frawley.
Don't peek too early, mate. I want to pretend that I haven't seen anything, and I must be catching up to you soon. Because
Bradbury, you need to wrap there.
Okay. Was this allowed, Joe?
Honestly, you're meant to be in my corner, mate. There we go.
Hot knife through butter. That's all I'm saying.
Jason Shearer, John, saying that, yeah, mate, you've got, Jesus, until today, the fans' favourite has been Conor Broomfield. But Jason Shearer, my mate, is saying that's a great beard jealousy. So, mate, you're
I aspire to having a beard like that.
Oh, mate, you're the new on the block.
I was just dazzled when I saw it, because I haven't met John before.
When we have the summer and the autumn new series.
Nick Timoney. Nick Timoney, take your hat off.
Good catch.
I'm just seeing Andy Farrell there. He's quite excitable.
Yeah, he's had his prunes a day.
Aye.
Jordan's on now.
Aye. Honestly, that really has. Been the comment of the day, mate.
The favour gel has worked.
Puts his fucking funeral face on and leaves it on all day. Honestly, I will wake up at 3 a.m, pissing myself laughing.
No, actually, I'm gonna get that put on. I'm gonna make a poster of that. Stick that up.
Yeah, for the Whitewalkers show on the 26th. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that will get a mention on the 26th. I can assure you of that, guys.
Our friend in the States, Nora, just saying there, Tommy O'Brien has been excellent on the wing. I wonder if Leinster might trial him there instead in URC matches as well. Interesting thought.
That'd be entirely possible.
Say that again.
Although does.
Did she say Tommy O'Brien?
Yeah, Tommy has been excellent on the wing, she said. I wonder
but sure, he always plays on the wing.
He always plays on the wing. But where's his preference? His preferential slot is actually centre, though, isn't it? It's not.
That was.
It is
in his early career. Yeah. He hasn't played there much in a long time.
Is that not though because of the centres that we have and the preference that we need? Like, so for example, when he wasn't playing for Ireland, we needed him at Leinster on the wing because what's the name? Our wingers were away far too often. So is that what forced it, do you think, or it just
I
fitted
don't
with,
think so, Joe.
it just fitted with Leo's plan better?
I think the size of modern day centres now, like its wing is the only place for him.
Funny enough, I just noticed about 30 seconds ago there was a great picture of. It seems that the Scottish guys on the bench have now taken on that inspiration from their coach. They've got the funeral faces on.
Okay, there's a penalty coming to Ireland. 100% are going to kick it, I'd say. Yeah, he deliberately dropped the ball to take the game. Right, knock this over. We're
there's no debate here. This is what's happening.
Ireland have responded very well, I think. Before that try, Scotland were back to 5 points. They got all the momentum. They looked hungrier.
And this just seems to have took the sails out of the wind at the sails.
Yeah. They changed the whole front row en masse on the 65-minute mark, and that seems to have given them a big lift.
No, I think he does, and certainly in recent seasons, he's definitely been playing more on the wing.
Although interestingly, considering the score as it is,
or are you thinking of Jimmy, Nora?
Considering this, and Scotland still hold 52% possession. Territory is 50-50. Which doesn't seem to sort of bore out the crack of the game here, but certainly in terms of kicker meters, not very much between them. 491 for Ireland, 469 for the Scots. Funny enough, nobody has went for the big.
That's in the air. Come on, man. That's it.
And closely, John Buchanan Allen, to match your quote, your comment of the day, Desmond McCusker has just come on and said two. he might just have beaten you. He's got 2 in a row here. First of all, Desmond McCusker comes up with that beard should open Glastonbury grey curtains. And then follows it immediately up. Jesus, you need to go on the Lash more, Des. You're funny. If I was a beard, I want to be on John from the chin to the nipple. I wonder if we should have a collection of these quotes and send them to Gregor.
Absolutely.
I might make him smile.
See which ones make him smile, and then we'll have a prize for the winner.
Well, by inspiration.
Funny enough, I've just seen a quote from somebody else, and it says here that Stuart McCluskey loves to deliver meat pies for his mates. Considering that his assist for Balakoon's try was his 5th of this year's Six Nations, 4 of those 5 assists have been for Ulster players: Timony, Stockdale, and 2 Balakoons. So meat pies all around.
And on that, mate, players of the match contenders: Doris, Crowley, I'm seeing McCluskey and Stain. It's got to be McCluskey on it.
Yep.
100%.
Doris has had a very good game as well.
Doris
I'd say
his game as well.
His stats are going to be really impressive, but McCluskey's a game winner.
Yeah, and that's why I asked you before, Conor, about your thoughts on Doris, because a lot of the time we don't see the unsung work that he does.
He's an absolute machine. I don't think we realise just how hard it is to make that number of carries when you're being double or treble marked, and that many tackles. It's absolutely immense what he does, and he's a legend.
Hands on the ball on the floor, eh? Come on.
There's a saying,
great. Nobody's running. Everyone's just stood still waiting for the ball to come to them.
Oh, go on. I love a defensive turnover.
I don't.
Sorry. I love them as much as I try. You know.
I'm just coming up to that now. It's interesting, isn't it? Scotland were really starting to dominate, and then after that try, you know, I think the replacements, was that the right time? I don't know, because
I think so.
You know,
I thought it was a bit slow change in the front row. To be honest,
yeah.
But once he did, like, they made an immediate impact.
And then it just died a death, and we had a good little purple patch there, which is what we needed. And it hasn't. Yeah, I'm just seeing that defensive turnover now. It's very strong. It hasn't been brilliant, but we did enough for, you know, the try and then the points and stuff, and that's changes games in the championship, and then a cup match effectively. Yeah, so you know, the lads today have played well overall. We've done everything that we do.
Sorry, Joe. I think the general pace Ireland have played today has been very good. When they've had the chance, and, you know. So, yeah.
It's been a good, steady.
Our defense hasn't been good enough. I mean, where the difference is, you are actually slowing us down when we get opportunities, whereas we're not slowing you down nearly enough breakdowns.
Yeah. And you can see in each of the Irish players with that defensive turnover. Well, actually, you can see they know how close it is to the end and what it means to do that. We've won the game. And the Scotland players are just dropping on their knees. I know I'm a minute behind you, just because they know that, well, it'd gone anyway, but any chance. Do you know what I mean? And it's those differences. Yeah. Good test game, lads, overall.
Yeah. No,
I really enjoyed it, this one. I'm expecting the same from Wales, Italy, and
it's been a good tournament.
It's been brilliant. I think it's been great for rugby. You know, I still think the Six Nations is the globe's top international competition.
Yeah. Regardless of quality. Which goes up and down.
It's different, you know.
Yeah,
rugby is different. Super rugby, it's totally different.
It's the tradition and the friendships and
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's the
whole atmosphere around it. And
you know, I'm already looking forward next year to, you know, a lot of the, you know, the English lads coming across Dublin. We'll meet up. It'll be the first time we've seen each other for a number of years, and you know, all of that. All of that. It was like when one of my pals came across, David Johnson. Give you a shout out, Dave. And I'd done him. We'd known each other for years. And we'd done, you know, ran the Pink Lions team, and he had a spare ticket for the Argentina Lions game in Dublin. And he said, "Listen, I owe you." He says, "Come up as my guest." And we went up.
Go on, Tommy! Go on, Tommy! Woo!
Right.
That's Tommy O'Brien. He scored, by the way.
Well, I am a minute behind. Let me just build up to this one and enjoy it. So pretend nothing's happened. Because I'm on 78.56.
Oh, you're exactly a minute behind me.
Basically, the last play, Joe.
Look at that pass from McCluskey.
Oh, that's terrible.
Look at that.
That was a terrible. That whatever that Scottish pass was, that was terrible.
I before today, Sione Tuitulupa or whatever his name is, I rated him very highly, but I don't think he stepped up at all.
Actually, Conor, I think the second half he's played pretty well.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh, he's gone. We're going to score. Yo! Indulge me. It's one of the benefits. It's one of the bonuses about being able to be in charge of the studio is that you can do things like being a minute behind and pretend you haven't seen it. Excellent. Well, we've done everything that we can, and a good solid victory as well. England, Julian, you better be sending a message to Borthwick to get a grip and to see off DuPont and his team, because because that means it's ours. And but we won the Triple Crown. Hey, the 9th, which is a record, I think. 9 Triple Crowns. I don't think anybody's won as many Triple Crowns.
No one has come close. I think Wales have won 5 in the Six Nations, and England have won 5 or 6 as well.
Brilliant.
We've only won 3.
Ever.
There we go. Right, then we're back into the studio, lads. Absolutely superb. So, right, where do we start off? Okay, David, in fact, you can lead all this, mate.
Okay. Well, I think
Chicken wing, lads.
obviously what a cracking win there for Ireland. That was and you can see the celebrations kicking off big time down there at the Aviva. But you know what? I think overall, I think this seems to be maybe a precursor for what will happen in the Nations Championship. But I think first and foremost, first off reaction is I think Scotland. I actually think Scotland have been unlucky here. I know that some of the play has not been good. Yes, I say that, but I think overall they've been more intense than we have been in the second half, and it just hasn't come together for them. And I think that last pass that led to Tommy's try at the end there is probably the best illustration I could give for that. When the pass bounces off your conch and it's picked up and run on. But okay, I'm going to start with you, Kyle. Considering that your previous description, has that changed, or are we still in the similar depths?
No. I mean, better in the second half, but Ireland, no complaints, deserved winners. I thought the scorelines flattered you a bit. I didn't think it was quite as wide a gap as 43-21. But on the whole, no, Ireland just better, more clinical, better defensively, disciplined better, didn't make as many mistakes. Took your tries when they came on offer. And I mean, the fact we had, you probably have the stats yourself, David. I think was it something like 50-50 possession in territory or something like that?
Well, I'll tell you now. Yeah, pretty much. It's everything has been very, very tight with us today, and definitely does not. Definitely doesn't. Scoreline doesn't do justice to exactly how close things have been.
Yeah. Well, big thing is obviously being clinical, and we made far too many mistakes all around, whereas Ireland were generally a lot more clinical and got the points when they came. So well done the wing guys. Enjoy your Triple Crown. Enjoy your St. Paddy's night.
Oh, I can imagine the crack. John, what's your reaction to it?
Much the same as every other year. Just Ireland's had Scotland's number for over a decade, and it's the same every time we play. They just doesn't matter how we try and develop into the game. Ireland draws us in, and we go with that. It's just they're masters at doing it. But no, I disagree, Kyle. I don't think the score flatters Ireland at all. Just Scotland do what they always do. Poor decision making, poor discipline. It's just I say it all the time, and Kyle, you and I have argued blind about this. Townsend will get absolutely slated and everybody will call for his name, but those boys in the pitch are the guys that didn't perform, didn't step up and didn't do what they were supposed to do. And it's been the same, and we can go back as many coaches as you like. For the Six Nations started, it's been the same discipline issues, it's the same decision-making issues, it's the same inconsistency week in, week out, and it's just a frustrating position to be in because you know what they can do, but Ireland fully deserve that game of the day because we're just better.
And Conor,
I don't know what else to say.
Your reaction to that, son?
Yeah. Okay, if I'm being brutally honest, there's a big issue with there's a mental weakness there on that Scottish side, especially when they're playing Ireland. They had the same territory in possession, or a bit more than Ireland today. I think the big difference was, to be honest, was resilience. When Ireland scored, when Scotland scored every time Ireland hit back, and hit back well. And we didn't give away anything cheaply. Scotland's 3 tries were all hard work for. They were all hard earned, and they had to go through the phases for them. And I think Ireland's a couple of our tries, we got in there a bit soft when Scotland never actually believed they were going to win this match. There's not a huge difference in quality out there, man for man, but there's a massive difference in belief. And until Scotland overcome that mental hurdle, which is quite bizarre, then they can't really. They're not going to win a championship. But they've as much talent as any team in this tournament. But I'd agree with John. That's up to the players, and no coach in the world can change that.
Well, just to put the final stats in play here, I'd say the score notwithstanding, possession 46-54 in Scotland's favour. Territory wise, very similar. Ireland 48, Scotland 52%. In terms of attacking minutes, more attacking minutes for the Scottish, just over 23. 162 carries for 723 meters. Ireland 150 carries for 796. Kicking wise, very, very tight. Only does 21 kicks in play each, with only about 30 meters of difference between them. Discipline was actually very, very equal. 7-7. 1 free kicks conceded each, but 7 penalties conceded. 4 offensive, 3 defensive for Scotland, 2 offensive, 5 defensive for Ireland. So, Ireland still have a wee bit of work to do there, but I think it's one of the tighter games that we've seen. Any player in particular stood out for you, Kyle?
Probably Stu McCloskey, definitely. I thought he was excellent what he did. Tag Byrne as well at the breakdowns. I thought he was brilliant. Even if he didn't always win the ball, he was very effective with how he was slowing the ball down and getting over and stopping our attack. And Caelan Doris as well, as you were saying during the game, he got through a lot of work that maybe doesn't get us credit so much, but it helps Ireland flow. So I think those 3 players would be my standout, definitely.
John?
I just like the way Jameson Gibson Park controls a game. For me, I like watching him, the way he keeps everything where he wants it and needs it to be. And I think a lot of the way Ireland do what they do relies on him. So aye, big fan of his.
Joe, in terms of you, what do you think?
I think overall it's a very, very good, solid performance. Congratulations to both teams. It was a good, solid test match, and it was ebb and flow. I understand what Carl's saying about the points difference maybe didn't portray the actual game itself, but we took our chances. John, therefore, is correct when you had your opportunities. Excuse me, you had your opportunities, didn't take them, but when we did, one of the things that for me on a great test side actually is when the players are all standing up, and we go back to the Caelan Doris, the unsung work that a lot of the players do, which then allows the likes of the Tommy O'Briens to run in, and things like that. It's just positional play, situational awareness. The whole game management goes back to Jameson Gibson Park, and I don't think there's anybody currently better in the world. Okay, somebody's going to come back to me now with, as an overall player, the GOAT Dupont is. I don't think Dupont manages the game it's a different role. Obviously, I accept that. I don't think he manages the game as well as Jameson Gibson Park. McCluskey, standout player for me today, and standout player for Ireland in the tournament. Is he the standout player? It'll be interesting to see the overall championship side. But a good win, a good solid win that any of us Irish fans would have taken before the competition started, Akon. And I think that's one of the things that I'm a very happy camper today. And after drinking non-alcoholic, and this was non-alcoholic as well, I can't wait to get down the pub and order a large glass of Malbec and celebrate the feck out of today. And I'll come on to the thanks in a minute. David, sorry.
Come on, Joe. Absolutely. I'd say you'll be well worth a wee extra glass of the Malbec finest once you get down into the bay. But no, I think it's an absolutely cracking day. It's going to be an absolutely cracking afternoon and evening. If this match is anything to go by, I think in terms of the intensity and yes, and if you keep the ball and you go through several phases, you can actually score tries. And I think that's going to be the message that goes out after the performance that we've seen today. You know what? Cracking. I'm looking forward to sitting down now and have a crack here with the family and get into the next stage of panic packing mode, and we'll enjoy that as we go. But no, absolutely. It's been an absolute blast, and it's been great to see you again, Kyle. Great to have you on the show today, and John, pleasure me here, and the legendary beard. We cannot wait to see the legendary beard back in action. And Conor, as always, such a pleasure. Look at that beard. Look at that beard. We should
That's stories. It's just stories.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's a few minutes that a few things that we take away from today, it's one, we've got a legendary beard on station, and secondly, we've got funeral faces all around. And to think now, I have to go back now and restock the green room for 2 weeks' time for the next edition of Whitewalkers Chat and Crack. That'll be an interesting one, I have to admit. Which of course we'll see everybody for a bit of crack on the 26th. Joe, do you want to just run us through the?
Yeah, just on behalf of the whole team, myself and Chris Broomfield put this together with Dave and Nigel in the space of about 20 minutes and then developed it into a 5-part series. Thank you to all the guests that we've had on. A big thank to Chris, who isn't here today, and who's now in the Sixsmiths Grotto. To all the guests that we've had on both today and previously. It's been great crack, and we can't do that without you. Thank you to our video supporters over the last few weeks who have taken the time to send us their thoughts through as well. We are grateful to Simon Carey and the Softum on Tour. If you're into Ulster Rugby, you need to do two things. One is go and like Whitewalkers Chat and Crack Facebook page, follow the Insight Exchange on YouTube, and go and join the Softum on Tour Facebook group, because Simon and the team run the official Ulster Rugby fan zones, which are absolutely superb. So thank you to all of them. Whilst we are on that, they have got, hang on, bear with me, they've got another fan zone coming up for the next game, Ulster away at Zebre on the 28th of March. Again, all details, they take over a pub basically with the local fans in the local area when Ulster are away. And they have different competitions. They have get deals on cheap ale, cheap food and stuff like that. And some of the players and that come in, some of the Ulster staff come in, and it is a great, phenomenal time. So go to Softum on Tour, which is the official Ulster Rugby fan zone on Facebook, and you'll be able to find out more details from Simon Carey, who is Softum on Tour, and Simon are our community joint venture rugby partners. Thank you to Unstoppable Rugby for their support in getting this up and running on the ground, and to OneStream Live for powering, giving us the studio to be able to do that. Now, just before we finish, there was a couple more comments coming in. John, I put you on full screen there just for the Des, because he's got a bit of a man crush on you. It would appear.
He's only human.
For once, he adds on. He can't beat your comment today on Gregor Townsend. And Nigel quickly says, Kyle, time that Langer Townsend was sacked. General Williamson says, now to open a nice bottle of 10-year-old Black Emerald whiskey from West Cork, who I believe one of the partners is the great Simon Zebo has done the Black Emerald whiskey. So good luck there. But thank you to everybody who's taken the time over the whole of the Six Nations. Not an easy thing to put together 5 episodes, to get all of the guests on, to get everybody, and to lastly and not leastly to all of the admins like John and people like that and Conor who run their own groups and allow us to share in what we do. It is part of the great rugby family. Now, once the Six Nation dust settles, Wales in it this afternoon, France and England this evening. We've won the Triple Crown. If England do the right thing tonight by us as our old partners in crime, the British and Irish Isles, come on, you know you want to. I'll be speaking to Gillian to send some positive messages to Borthwick and the team, and we could be Grand Slam winners tonight, which would be brilliant. Now, once the Six Nations dust settles, we're not going anywhere. The summer, as David said, Thursday the 26th at 8 p.m, Whitewalkers Chat and Crack. Everything you need to know about Ulster Rugby from grassroots up to the provincial level will be back on the monthly show. So join us on Thursday the 26th at 8. That's Nigel Quigley, the Night King, White Walker 1, and Dave Toppin and Chris Brownfield. This summer, we'll be launching a special 9-part White Walkers backed series following the brand new Rugby Nations Championship. In July, we'll start with a preview show. Conor, tell me if I've got this right. I can't even remember what I wrote now. And then we'll cover rounds 1, 2, and 3 before wrapping up the Southern Hemisphere window with a mid-series of review. So it'll be the 4 shows there. And then when the tournament resumes again in the Northern Hemisphere in November, we'll pick up again with rounds of where everything stands. A review of the first part of the competition, and then rounds 4, 5, and 6, and finally the championship wrap-up show in early December. Don't forget there's a 3-day competition. I think it was 2-3-day competition in London for those finals. So we're going to look back at all of that anyway, and we'll see. And the other exciting part of that series is I am co-hosted with the great Conor Broomfield. So we're currently working on how all that works. But the exciting part of that series is it opens the door for others in the rugby community to get involved. Obviously, myself and Conor are sitting down and going to offer this opportunities to a number of different people. There will be opportunities for individuals, organisations and brands to joint venture with us as the series partners or sponsors. And that's in both the Northern and the Southern Hemisphere. We'll also be inviting guests, similar as we did for the Lions Unleashed, into the studio or be a short pre-recorded segments wherever you're on the world. There'll be competitions, prizes, and some amazing crack on the way. So if you, your club, or your organisation want to be part of that, get in touch with myself, Conor, or my team at Livestream Solutions. White Walkers Chat and Crack, Thursday 26th. We've done that. To everybody, thank you for everything you have done during the season until the 26th, and until we see you again in the summer. From myself and the whole team, Goramila Mahagat, Agus, Slangafol.